Alrighty. Hopefully this works. Let me check if my mic is working. Seems to be functioning as intended. I'm gonna turn the volume down a little more. I saw this game was in my game library, so I figured, oh yes, I'll play that. I can't say if it's quality or not yet, because I've just barely done the tutorial, but for now it seems like fine enough. I have heard good things about it. I've seen other YouTubers mention in passing that it's a good game, but I figured, oh, I guess I have it. I might as well give it a try, right? And that's what I'm doing. So far, I mean, it kind of just seems like, I mean, obviously, it is some kind of climbing game. Okay. I see what it's going for. Some kind of momentum thing. Now that felt pretty cool. But yeah, I figured it'll be worth maybe checking out, seeing what's up with this game. I don't know if it's just one of those, like, kind of, what's the word? I guess, well, that confirms it has some kind of story to it. It's probably one of those, like, cryptic story things that I'm honestly not a huge fan of. Just because, like, you know, I I don't want to sound like like an idiot here. I think when games do like the more cryptic storytelling thing, it just kind of, to me personally, it feels like just lazy writing. So if that's what this is going for, while I respect it, you know, maybe it won't end up being for me. But as long as the gameplay's fun, I guess, you know, I can probably enjoy it. And so far the gameplay is, you know, something. It's climbing, so that's cool. I don't know what those floating things are. Maybe they have some significance. I think this would be like, oh, wow. I'm so good at this. Anyways, I think this would be, maybe cool as like a VR game. I think there is a VR game, I think, called The Climb, and I think it actually got a sequel and everything. That's pretty cool. I think this art would look cool in like a VR thing, and the systems around it seem pretty cool. There's a really cool VR game where you go cave diving too, kind of the opposite of climbing, but that's pretty cool. I'm a big VR fan. For a long time, I hadn't gotten into VR just because it was kind of a little bit like a little like prohibitively expensive for the amount of money I had at the time. But at this point, I have some VR and I love it. So it would be cool to see this in VR, although, I mean, obviously that's not a thing. As far as I know, anyways, it's not. So, where am I trying to go here? Up, it looks like. I feel like I can make that. I wonder if it's just stamina, or if there's like a health system where like, if you take a little bit too big of a jump, there's repercussions, or maybe. I don't know if that is a thing, but I would like it to be. Oh. Okay. That maybe wasn't the best use of stamina, but the movement so far is pretty smooth, as you can see. Yeah, I am not a huge fan of the constant, like, tutorial pop-up things for info it's already told me like a billion times. But okay, we're gonna maybe let's see the move. Whoa, I could, I could try and risk it to just jump over to that, but I think I'm gonna go this way maybe. And take a rest here. Oh, okay, yeah. There's the easy way out. Instead of risking a double jump, you can just do this. I'm gonna release the rope. Don't need it all the way over there anyways. Huh, some building of... Yeah, I'll go explore it. Visually, I like the game. It's doing something nice visually. I do like the art. So, at the very least, so far, it's something nice to look at. I can't. I won't say that I can judge the overall quality of the game yet, since I've only played a few minutes, but so far leaning positive. I think gaming as it is currently, looking to indie projects is, I have maybe a relatively polarizing opinion on indie, which is a lot of people like to say that indie is like 100% going to save gaming or whatever. And I say I don't 100% agree with that. I think indie has the potential to make some of the most unique and interesting stuff, but a huge amount of indie games, unfortunately, just kind of don't reach a high enough bar, kind of. But it's kind of like a one in a million kind of thing, in my opinion, with them, where it's like there's good ones, and when they're good, they're really good. But when they're not as good, you can kind of like tell, you know what I mean? So far, this seems pretty good, but I think that's a relatively like maybe unpopular opinion to say. I don't think indie is necessarily saving gaming. I think that it has the potential to save gaming, and I think indie devs in general have a lot of unique ideas. I just think the execution oftentimes is what I would consider below par. I do love indie games, don't get me wrong. I just think that, most indie games unfortunately don't hit that mark. This one so far seems fine, but there's a lot of games out there that I'm like, eh, I get the idea, but the I was gonna say something, but I completely spaced it. But yeah, I don't know. What's that thing? Some kind of creature. It's kind of gross looking. Huh. Interesting little creature. Brrr. But so far, the visuals and the music in this game are pretty nice. I do like so far this. I think it's kind of doing one of those silent storytelling things, which I know a lot of people love silent storytelling, but I kind of hate silent storytelling, where it's just like, here's some visuals and music, piece together a story yourself. I think it can work, but we'll see if in execution it works out, because I think the problem is that a lot of times stuff like that conceptually could have been good, but then it ends up with like lackluster execution. Chapter 2, Migration. I like this little blue thing. I don't know what he is, but he's kind of cute. Maybe it's one of those like, we need a cute mascot thing, because indie game needs selling points. I am not opposed to this little thing either. It's cute. I'd buy a plushie of it. So I'm assuming that it was definitely intended to your companion will be your next objective. Okay, I figured. That's cute. It goes up on his head and stuff. Yeah, I figured I could generate an echo. Okay. So adding some kind of mechanical depth or complexity to things. I don't know how I'm going to feel about that overall. I feel like just the base climbing was good the way it was. I don't know how I feel about adding this new feature on, but we'll see. Unfortunately, stuff like that, and for me personally, usually lands in the "this is tedious and I don't like it" category. But we'll see. Maybe it will defy my typical opinions. Gonna rest. will... There we go. Free that up. Ooh. The sound design's pretty nice, for sure. I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird. I see stuff like this and I'm like, ooh, it's pretty, but I don't care about the way they're trying to do the story. Like I said, silent storytelling can 100% work. I'm just not the audience for it usually, but that'll just, I guess, give more reason to either love or hate the game. We'll see. I don't want to judge it too quick. I am kind of at a point where I've played so many games and stuff where I'm like, if I'm, I do maybe judge games quicker than most just because I'm like, I've played so much stuff, and if I don't want to continue with something, I usually won't. So far, this game hasn't given me much reason to go like, I don't want to continue with it. It hasn't particularly captivated me entirely yet. Visually and auditorily, I do like it, but as to whether I'll stick with it, who knows. That's one thing anymore. I've just come to a point where I'm like, if I don't want to finish a game, I'm just not going to. There's a lot of other games out there that, like I was going to, try and finish some other games that I've streamed bits and pieces of in the past, but I was like, but I don't want to. And I'm at a point where, as much as I want to make tons of content and stuff, for the nobody that watches my stuff, I just realized that if I'm not enjoying something, the content isn't, going to be as good. So for stuff that I don't enjoy, I like to leave it to a rambling video. Whereas stuff I do genuinely love and enjoy, I like to stream. Because I want my streams to be more positive and chill, laid back. And then my videos can be where I, complain about how much I hate everything in gaming. And wish that we had a reset back to the days of the PS2, as in like the general style of game we used to have, where games were just games. They didn't, try to be something else. I mean, there obviously games have been telling great stories for a long time, but like what I mean, kind of, I guess, is not every game had to be a movie. Now it feels like a lot of games are like, I want to be a movie. The Last of Us, and when it came out in 2013 or whatever it was, Last of Us, for example, was unique. It was cool to see what I have deemed a movie game, where it's like it has gameplay, but it wants to be a movie. But they're just so common now that it's like, maybe we don't need so many of those. Maybe we just need to go back to the days of like Sly Cooper. Y'all play Sly Cooper? Wonderful series. I will maybe stream that series sometime. I love the Sly games. Is this like a skip cutscene thing? Let me see. I guess so. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it wants me to do that. No? I like this little blue slave thing I have, though. It's kind of cute. I was hoping I'd be like instant captivated by this game, and so far I'm just very unfortunately neutral on my opinion of it, which is kind of saddening. I was really hoping I'd be super captivated by it because I've heard good things about it, but yeah, I mean, we'll see. Maybe something will happen and I'll go, oh, this is wonderful, yay. Or maybe I won't. I don't know. My mind's telling me no, but my body is telling me yes. I guess I can't jump down there. Well, so is this just like a shortcut to get back up and down the area, I guess? It looks like that's what that was, and I just wasted some time, but whatever. I should have figured. That's just me being stupid. I like this little blue creature, though. I do think it's cute. If nothing else, I'll keep playing a little more just because I like the little blue creature thing. Point me to where I need to go, little blue guy. You're not really there. Okay. How exactly does one get there? We shall see. Oh, I need to let the rope go. Maybe. Okay. I see. I see how it is. Okay. Maybe going for a jump wasn't the smartest thing there, but... Oh, crap. Well, honestly, maybe that's a good thing, because now I can do it a little more optimally. Oh, come on, grab the... I feel like he should totally be able to grab that vine, but whatever. Alright. I had a feeling that adding these vines would add tedium to it. I know that it wants me to go like that, but I feel like I should have... I had the verticality to go where I wanted to go, and it just wasn't working out. Whee! Is there anything to maybe do here? Looks like maybe that's a no. Just let me jump, bro. Alright. There we go. Next, maybe... Oh crap, that was Poor decision making. I'll just go back up and retry that. Okay. Alright, that happened. Hold on. I've got an idea. It's kind of a stupid one, but what if... Haha! It ain't stupid if it works. Come on, grab the thing. Okay, and then we peg that here. And we drop. And go down, down, down. Reach that. Down more. Can we reach? Haha, yes. Yes, yes, yes. That felt good to do. Oh, crap. That was almost bad. But we'll be alright. One. It's alright. I can get right back there. I have enough stamina, I'm sure. Okay, I'm trying to swing and it's just not working. What is up with this camera? Alright, game, come on. There we go. I hate when games do crap like that. Sometimes it works when I'm holding the button and jump, and sometimes it doesn't, and that's just an annoyance for me. I have enough stamina to make it up, so I'm just gonna run for it. Run, Forrest, run. Okay. Where? Oh, you can pet the thing. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but it's somewhat cute. Okay. Okay. Wow. One of those letter things. Okay. Will the years start coming and they don't stop coming? Something, something, something. Shrek. Alright. Crazy idea. Of course not. You know, as stupid as it sounds, I almost wish the game would let me just, like, jump down there and, you know, just, and even if it's just like a, alright, you're dead now thing, I wish it did allow for that. Like, that's a jump that we have seen this character could have made, and they just don't allow it. And it's just a little annoying that it's doing that. Because that was a very clearly doable jump. Ooh. Snail thing. Okay. Through here. The classic hidden loading screen, as I like to call it, where you just walk through a crevice thing. Let me jump. There. Haven't I been here? I don't know. This... I guess just that room kind of looks like something I'd already seen earlier, but maybe not. Alright. I have a feeling the game doesn't want me down here. Yeah, it looks like maybe the game doesn't want me being down here. And it's not letting me get back up, is it? Oh, nope. Okay, I did get back up. Good. Okay. There we go. So far, I'm pretty mixed on this game. I think it has some cool stuff, but some classic flaws of the indie... Is indie a genre or a medium? I don't know. Like these vine things, I'm just not particularly a fan of so far. I get like the idea, oh, it's a growing, winding path and all that, but I don't know, it's just kind of, I don't know. Not my thing, maybe. I don't want to be like hating on this game. I see, obviously, like, what is going on with... That's supposed to be because of the material I'm walking on. Yeah, it just doesn't make much sense to be that much, but I guess the fact that I only have little gripes so far instead of like a million things I hate is good. Though the fact that I do have so much to kind of complain about isn't necessarily the greatest. But like I said, so far I'm in mixed feelings on this. We'll see if by the end of whenever I get bored. That's usually how my streams go. It's usually like, oh, I'm bored now, so I'm gonna, quit. But maybe this will be a game that holds my attention. I don't like going less than 1 hour unless a game is particularly trash. So I don't like hate this so far. Maybe I'll... I can tell it's trying to tell a story here. I don't know. It's not my favorite type of delivery of plot. The way they're doing it with the whole. Yeah, I don't know. I think the problem here is that I really want to love this game, but I don't love it so far. I want so bad to be like, this is awesome, and I'm just like, it's almost awesome. But just a few things that make me go like, it's a little disappointing in some ways. I literally don't even remember ever purchasing the game. So it was cool to learn that I had it. Um, uh, but I guess that maybe tells you something. Maybe I don't know if that says more about myself as a person or what. But yeah, I want to love this game, and so far, unfortunately, I am pretty mixed on how I feel about it. I can see a lot of potential, but there's just some stuff, you know, a few little gripes that are just kind of adding up and adding up and adding up. But hopefully, maybe if I just stick with it. I like to give games a fair chance. And this isn't like outwardly complete garbage or anything. So I wanna stick with it maybe a little bit longer. But I don't know. I want it sucks that feeling of wanting to love something so much, but being like I can see what they're going for. It just may not be for me. One game that does the like silent storytelling thing that I will, always hog ride is that like Obzu game, the one in the water. I feel like this is supposed to be that, but climbing instead of swimming. And I want to love this game. I really do. And I oh man. I don't know. I don't know if I'm interested right now currently enough to be doing this when I could be, you know, experiencing experiencing something that I'm really really loving. I could be like reading a book right now or something. So I really want to love this game and I'm not loving it. Cuz art wise it's cool. I mean, I don't like all the oranges. I'm more of like a blues, purples, grays kind of guy. So all of the orange, not really, appealing. Uh, but outside of that, mechanically, it's fine. I just don't know if I want to force myself to keep playing when I can't say that I'm particularly enjoying the gameplay. I mean, I don't know, man. Man, I want to love this game. I want to. But I'm not having fun, and I kind of have a rule for myself where, like, if I'm not enjoying a game, just put it down and maybe come back later, but don't force myself into playing something when I'm not enjoying it. So I'm conflicted because I really, really, really want to like. I want to like this game. I want to love this game, but I'm not having fun. So. I don't know. I think maybe, unfortunately, I might just end the stream here. I wanted to fall in love with this game instantly, but it's not happening. I gave it 40-ish minutes of playing, and it's just not captivating me the way I was hoping. So, man, for now, I guess. Thanks for watching, everyone. See ya.